My mom forced me to play at my sister's wedding to diminish me. My song revealed truths they couldn't silence. Hi, I'm Sophia Bennett. The May sunlight streams through the lace curtains of my Raleigh, North Carolina, apartment, casting delicate shadows across the worn oak kitchen table where I sit, my fingers tracing the edges of a cream-colored envelope with gold trim, its shaky handwriting bearing only my mailbox number, no return address. The air is fragrant with the rich aroma of freshly brewed coffee and the faint sweetness of blooming dogwoods drifting through the open window, a deceptive serenity that contrasts with the storm brewing in my chest as I slice open the envelope to reveal a wedding invitation, my sister Elise's wedding to Daniel Reed. The card's embossed text reads, "You are cordially invited to provide piano accompaniment as our guest musician." Tentative, a cold directive devoid of warmth, assuming I'll play, stay silent, and vanish into the background, my diary noting Elise's spotlight, my shadow. I'm 30, a music teacher whose days are spent coaxing hesitant melodies from community center pianos, guiding young students to find their voices. But to my mother, Margaret and Elise, I'm the invisible daughter, reliable yet unremarkable. My diary confessing Elise's star. My fade. The invitation's blunt label piano guest, tentative is a fresh wound, a stark reminder of a lifetime spent eclipsed by Elise's radiance, and it ignites a spark that will lead to a performance exposing their buried truths, setting the stage for a reckoning that will reverberate through our family. I live in a modest one-bedroom apartment in Raleigh's historic Hayes-Barton neighborhood, where craftsman bungalows with wraparound porches line streets vibrant with farmers markets and art walks. Growing up here, I was the quiet one, practicing scales in the corner of our family's colonial home while Elise commanded the spotlight with her choir solos and dance recitals. Family dinners, laden with roast beef, creamy mashed potatoes, and warm peach cobbler, were her stage, her tales of school plays and talent shows dominating the table. My piano competition ribbons barely acknowledged, my diary noting one first place. Mom talked about Elise's audition. I believed my steady diligence would one day earn their pride, a hope that persisted despite their indifference. At 12, I organized Elise's birthday recital, spending hours arranging chairs and printing programs, only to hear Margaret praise Elise's natural charisma for the event's success. My diary lamenting my effort. Her glory. Elise's 16th birthday was a 3,000 garden gala, complete with fairy lights and a string quartet, while mine was marked by a $30 gift card slipped under my door with a distracted happy birthday. My diary noting $30 for me, $3,000 for her. By 20, I'd internalized my role as the supportive sister, always in the wings, never center stage, my diary confessing I'm the echo, not the song. The envelope's arrival stirs a memory from days ago, when Margaret's voice crackled through my phone, sharp and commanding. Elise's wedding needs elegant music. Something light, nothing dramatic, her tone leaving no room for negotiation, my diary noting her order, my compliance. She added, "Don't dress up too much." It's intimate, not formal, a subtle jab that landed like a slap. My diary noting her dismissal, my place. I agreed, my voice barely above a whisper. "Sure, whatever you need." My diary noting my mask, her control. Now, as I hold the invitation, its impersonal wording piano guest, tentative cuts deeper, a deliberate erasure of my identity. My diary noting her plan, my invisibility. I tuck the card into a drawer beneath a stack of dish towels, its weight lingering like an unwelcome guest. My diary noting her demand, my awakening. The kitchen's warm light feels mocking, the dogwoods outside blooming as if unaware of the bitterness I've carried through years of being sidelined. My diary confessing their celebration, my solitude. Later that afternoon, I head to the Raleigh Community Arts Center, a brick building buzzing with young musicians, where I teach piano to students who remind me of the girl I once was full of dreams, yet to be dimmed. My student Lila, 12, with braces and bright brown eyes, bounces on the bench as I tune the upright Yamaha, her voice eager. Miss Bennett, I saw Elise in a bridal magazine at the drugstore. She's so pretty, my diary, noting her admiration, my ache. I force a smile, adjusting the music stand. She's getting married soon. Big wedding. My diary noting my deflection, her innocence. Lila tilts her head. Will you be in it? Her question piercing, my diary noting her curiosity, my silence. I hand her sheet music for scales, avoiding her gaze. Let's warm up, my diary noting my evasion, her trust. Her fingers stumble through the notes, but her enthusiasm is a balm, a reminder of why I teach to nurture voices that might otherwise be silenced. My diary noting her spark, my purpose. Driving home, the late afternoon sun casts long shadows across the dashboard, and my phone rings Margaret's name flashing on the screen. My diary noting her call, my brace. I answer, bracing myself. Hi, Mom. Her voice is brisk, as if I'm an item on her to-do list. We're finalizing the wedding plans. Elise wants tasteful music, nothing that overshadows her. Background, simple, familiar. My diary noting her checklist, my duty. The clink of her spoon against a ceramic mug punctuates her words. A sound as familiar as her disregard. My diary noting her indifference, my tension. My hand tightens around the steering wheel, but I keep my tone soft. Sure, I'll keep it simple. My diary noting my agreement, her victory. She chirps. Great. Oh, and don't worry about dressing up. It's not about you. My diary noting her barb, my wound. I hang up, pulling into my parking lot, the engine's hum fading as I sit in silence. My diary noting her words, my resolve. Back in my apartment, I open Margaret's email, expecting rehearsal details, but find the guest list instead. My name buried at the bottom. Sophia Bennett, piano girl. Don't overdress. My diary noting her label. My humiliation. The words seer, a deliberate attempt to reduce me to a function, not a family member. My diary confessing her script. My rebellion. I wander to my bookshelf, pulling out a pale blue folder I haven't touched in years, containing a recital program from my senior year, Sophia Bennett, soloist, printed in elegant script, my diary noting my past, their denial. The memory of my Juilliard audition floods back my fingers soaring through Rachmaninoff's cadenza, my heart pounding with hope, only to be crushed by Margaret's lie. They weren't interested. Too many better candidates, my diary noting her deception, my loss. I'd believed her, letting my dream slip away, my diary confessing her lie, my surrender. Agreeing to play at Elise's wedding feels like stepping into a familiar trap, but the invitation's coldness and Margaret's dismissive tone awaken something within me, my diary noting her stage, my awakening. A package arrives the next day, a plain brown box from Margaret, containing a beige dress dull, ill-fitting, with a faded hem and an off-center neckline that smells of mothballs, my diary noting her insult, my defiance. Her accompanying text is curt, neutral dress. You're at the piano, no one's looking, my diary noting her command, my spark. I hold the dress up to the mirror, its shapeless form a stark contrast to the tailored pink gowns in Elise's bridal party photo, my diary noting her choice, my humiliation. The dress is a deliberate slight, designed to keep me in the shadows, my diary confessing her plan, my rebellion. The rehearsal dinner at the Rosemore Inn looms, and I drive to the venue, the dress packed in a garment bag, my diary noting her trap, my resolve. The dining hall is a vision of Southern elegance garlic-scented air, hydrangea centerpieces, and clinking champagne glasses, but my assigned seat is by the kitchen door, my diary noting my corner, their design. A waiter mistakes me for staff, offering a quick nod, my diary noting his error, my place. Elise enters, glowing in soft silk, her curls perfect, and delivers an air kiss, plays something classical, Simple, her tone light, as if discussing decor. My diary noting her order. My mask. I nod tightly. Simple's my specialty. My diary noting my facade, her control. Daniel's mother. In a burgundy dress, pats my arm. Such reliable hired help. My diary noting her mistake. My pain. Margaret laughs it off. Sophia's always dependable, her word cutting deeper than intended. My diary noting her praise. My cage. I smile through the dinner, picking at my plate as guests toast Elisa's radiance. My diary noting her glory. My absence. A cousin asks about my music, but Margaret redirects Elisa's choir solo was divine. My diary noting her pivot. My silence. I excuse myself, stepping into the cool night, my heels clicking on the gravel lot, my diary noting their celebration, my solitude. At my Airbnb, I lay the beige dress across the bed, its dull fabric catching the light like a faded curtain, my diary noting her symbol, my defiance. I pull out my velvet music folder, filled with Chopin, Liszt, and a handwritten piece from my youth, dark, bold, a confession of buried dreams, my diary noting my soul, their ignorance. The invitation, the dress, Margaret's words, they're a script to keep me small, but I'm rewriting it. My diary noting her stage, my stand. Raleigh's May night is alive with the hum of a city unaware of the fire growing within me. My resolve a quiet flame, their betrayal a wound transforming into strength, setting the stage for a performance that will demand their attention and unveil the truths they've hidden. The Raleigh morning bathes my apartment in a soft, rosy glow, where I stand before a full-length mirror, holding up the beige dress Margaret sent, its faded hem and awkward neckline a silent insult, far removed from the elegant pink gowns in Elisa's bridal party photos shared on social media. The air is thick with the scent of jasmine from a flickering candle and the faint hum of a neighbor's lawnmower. A deceptive calm as I fold the dress into a garment bag, my diary resting on the kitchen counter, its pages a raw chronicle of my escalating defiance, the wedding invitation's cold label, Margaret's dismissive texts, the rehearsal dinner's slights. I'm Sophia, 30, a music teacher whose heart beats in the melodies I coax from community center students. But to my family, I'm a mere prop for Elisa's wedding, my diary noting Elisa's radiance, my fade. The dress, a deliberate attempt to erase me, is a catalyst, my diary noting her humiliation, my spark, pushing me to uncover the truths they've buried and plan a performance that will force them to see me, not as background, but as undeniable. I head to the Raleigh Community Arts Center, a brick haven filled with the chatter of young musicians, where I teach piano to students who mirror the dreamer I once was. Lila, 12 with her braces and eager eyes, sits at the Yamaha, her scales faltering as she asks, "Will you play at Elisa's wedding?" Miss Bennett, my diary, noting her innocence, my ache. I deflect, adjusting her sheet music, just helping out, my diary noting my evasion, her trust. Her question lingers, a reminder of the role I'm expected to play silent, supportive, invisible, my diary confessing her curiosity, my burden. As Lila plays, her enthusiasm is a lifeline, pulling me from the weight of Margaret's email that arrived last night, reiterating light music, no drama. Keep it simple for Elisa's day, my diary noting her command, my cage. The words sting, a continuation of a lifetime of being sidelined, my diary noting her script, my rebellion. Back home, I open the email again, scrolling through the guest list, my name buried at the bottom, Sophia Bennett, piano girl. Don't overdress, my diary noting her label, my wound. The phrase piano girl burns, reducing me to a function, stripping away my identity as a musician, a sister, a daughter, my diary confessing her erasure, my awakening. I wander to my bookshelf, pulling out a pale blue folder I haven't touched in years, containing a recital program from my senior year Sophia Bennett, soloist, an elegant script, a testament to the talent I once believed in, my diary noting my past, their denial. Tucked inside is a yellowed letter from Juilliard offering a full scholarship for a summer intensive and fall admission, dated 15 years ago, my diary noting my dream, their theft. The memory crashes over me, my audition, fingers soaring through Rachmaninoff's cadenza, heart pounding with hope, only to be crushed by Margaret's lie. They weren't interested. Too many better candidates. My diary noting her deception, my loss. I'd swallowed her words, letting my dream fade, my diary confessing her lie, my surrender. The Juilliard letter, hidden by Margaret, is a revelation that shifts something deep within me, my diary noting her betrayal, my fire. I resolved to play my own music at the wedding, not Elise's forgettable piece, but a composition that speaks my truth. My diary noting her stage, my voice. The beige dress, with its mothball scent and shapeless form, is a symbol of their intent to keep me small. My diary noting her insult, my defiance. I text Margaret about the dress. Is this right? It's different. My diary noting my question, her dismissal. Her reply is instant neutral. You're at the piano. No one's looking. My diary noting her barb, my resolve. The words are a slap, confirming my role as background. My diary confessing her plan, my rebellion. The wedding venue, a garden at the Rosemore Inn, is a vision of romance climbing roses, string lights, and a bubbling fountain, but my piano is awkwardly placed between a speaker stack and a catering tent reeking of rosemary and chicken marsala. My diary noting my corner, their design. Margaret arrives, her teal dress pristine, and tests the mic, Sophia. Play a few notes, her tone clipped, my diary noting her check, my role. My arpeggio echoes poorly through the speakers, a technical glitch that mirrors my marginalization, my diary noting my sound, their neglect. She announces to the gathering guests, "Our talented helper provides background music, always so good at staying in the background, her laughter cutting like a blade, my diary noting her jab, my wound." The light applause feels hollow, my diary noting their politeness, my resolve. Elise, radiant in a silk gown, approaches with a folded sheet of music. Play this. Elegance of love, soft and simple, her voice light, as if discussing decor. My diary noting her command, my mask. The piece is basic, its timid chords designed to fade. My diary noting her script, my defiance. I nod, but my own score a dark, soaring composition from my youth, written in stolen moments, waits in my velvet folder. My diary noting my truth, their ignorance. At the family breakfast, my seat is by the service door, my diary noting my place, their intent. Margaret toasts Elise, our shining star, her words excluding me, my diary noting her praise, my absence. A bridesmaid's cute dress is patronizing, my diary noting her pity, my pain. I slip out, finding Grandma Ruth by a cluster of hydrangeas, her voice warm. They tried to hide you, but you're stronger, my diary noting her love, my anchor. Ruth hands me a yellowed envelope, my father's letter, written after my Juilliard audition. Sophia, you were brilliant. I'm so proud, my diary noting his pride, their secret. She reveals Margaret redirected my scholarship to Elise's Music Foundation, a betrayal that sears, my diary noting her lie, my truth. Ruth's words, "You're not small, ignite my resolve," my diary noting her wisdom, my fire. I clutch the letter, my diary noting his dream, my right. Back at the breakfast, I switch Elise's sheet music for my own, my diary noting my rebellion, their blindness. The garden's beauty masks their cruelty, but I'm rewriting their script, my diary noting her stage, my stand. Raleigh's May dusk pulses with the city's vibrant hum, my resolve a quiet flame, their betrayal a wound transforming into strength, setting the stage for a performance that will unveil the truths they've buried and demand their reckoning. The Raleigh garden at the Rosemore Inn blooms under a May sun, its white folding chairs aligned before a rose-draped altar, where I sit at a piano tucked awkwardly between a speaker stack and a catering tent, the air heavy with the scent of lavender and roasted chicken marsala. The beige dress clings to my frame, its creases unpressed, a deliberate slight from Margaret, my diary hidden in my purse, its pages a raw chronicle of my burgeoning rebellion, the Juilliard letter's truth, Ruth's revelation, my secret score waiting to be played. The venue buzzes with the anticipation of Elise's wedding, guests fanning themselves as the string quartet tunes up, their chatter a stark contrast to the family breakfast where I was relegated to the margins. I'm Sophia, 30, a music teacher whose melodies are my voice, but to my family, I'm a mere prop to enhance Elise's day, my diary noting Elise's triumph, my fade. The piano's off-stage placement is a calculated cage, my diary noting their trap, my defiance, as I prepare to play a composition that will shatter their facade and reclaim my identity, setting the stage for a moment that will resonate beyond the garden's roses. Guests settle into their seats, their murmurs blending with the fountain's gentle burble, a deceptive calm that masks the storm I'm brewing, my diary noting their ease, my resolve. Margaret, in a teal dress that commands attention, steps to the mic, her voice bright, Sophia's providing our background music, always so good at staying out of the way, her laughter sharp, my diary noting her slight, my wound. The scattered applause feels like pity, my diary noting their courtesy, my spark. Elise, radiant in a sculpted silk gown, glides toward me, her curls catching the sunlight, and hands me her composition, Elegance of Love, its simple chords designed to fade into the background, her voice light. Play this, soft, like when we were kids, my diary noting her order, my mask. I nod, my smile tight, of course, my diary noting my facade, her control. Her piece is a cage, its timid melody meant to keep me forgettable, my diary noting her script, my rebellion. The ceremony begins, Elise walking down the aisle, her gown a cascade of light, the guests gasping in awe, my diary noting her glory, my silence. I play her piece, its delicate notes dissolving into the air, unnoticed, my diary noting her music, my pause. The crowd claps politely, their focus on Elise, my diary noting their adoration, my invisibility. During a break, I slip away to the garden's edge, where Grandma Ruth sits beneath a magnolia, her cardigan loose, her voice steady. You're more than their backdrop. Sophia, my diary noting her strength, my anchor. She confirms Margaret's betrayal. Your father fought for your Juilliard dream, but she buried it, her words a knife, my diary noting his love, their theft. I grip the Juilliard letter, my diary noting his pride, my right. Ruth's eyes are fierce. Show them who you are, my diary noting her fire, my resolve. Back at the piano, I meet Ethan, my old conductor, who arrives unexpectedly. His presence a jolt. I signed your Juilliard letter. Sophia. They stole your chance, my diary noting his truth, my hope. He warns, they'll fight back when you play your piece. My diary noting his caution, my determination. I nod, slipping my handwritten score, a dark, soaring composition from my teenage years, written in moments of quiet defiance onto the stand, my diary noting my soul, their ignorance. The vows begin, Elise and Daniel exchanging promises, her smile radiant, my diary noting her moment, my stage. I prepare to play, my fingers hovering over the keys, my diary noting their lies, my voice. The garden's beauty roses, lights, fountain is a facade for their cruelty, but I'm ready to break it. My diary noting her script, my rebellion. I glance at Lila, watching from the back, her eyes bright with trust, my diary noting her faith, my courage. Ethan stands nearby, his nod a silent signal, my diary noting his support, my strength. The crowd's focus is on Elise, but I'm about to shift it, my diary noting their gaze, my truth. The moment approaches, the minister's voice rising. Do you take this man, my diary? Noting her vow. My cue. I take a breath, my heart pounding but steady, my diary noting their control, my freedom. The piano waits, its keys a canvas for my story, my diary noting her stage, my reckoning. I'm no longer the piano girl, tentative, but a musician with a voice that will not be silenced, my diary noting their plan, my defiance. The garden's warmth envelops me, the roses swaying, the fountains burble a quiet prelude to the storm I'm about to unleash, my diary noting their peace, my power. Raleigh's May afternoon shimmers, my resolve a quiet flame, their betrayal a wound transforming into strength, setting the stage for a performance that will unveil the truths they've hidden and demand their acknowledgement, a moment that will echo through the years of silence they imposed. The Raleigh garden at the Rosemore Inn glows under a May sunset, its rose-draped altar framed by twinkling string lights, where I sit at the piano, tucked between a speaker stack and a catering tent, the air heavy with the scent of blooming jasmine and savory rosemary from the nearby buffet. The beige dress, with its faded hem and ill-fitting neckline, clings to me like a shroud, a deliberate humiliation from Margaret, my diary hidden in my purse, its pages a raw chronicle of this pivotal moment, the Juilliard letter's truth, Ruth's fierce support, Ethan's confirmation, and my secret score ready to break free. The wedding ceremony unfolds, guests leaning forward as Elise and Daniel exchange vows, their murmurs a stark contrast to the breakfast where I was sidelined. I'm Sophia, 30, a music teacher whose melodies carry my soul. But to my family, I'm a prop to enhance Elise's radiance, my diary noting Elise's crown, my fade. The piano's corner placement is a calculated cage, my diary noting their chains, my rebellion, as I prepare to play a composition that will shatter their carefully curated facade, reveal their buried lies, and reclaim my voice, setting the stage for a reckoning that will echo through the garden and beyond. Elise's vows ring out, her voice sweet and confident. I promise to cherish you. My diary, noting her love, my pause. Margaret, seated in the front row, nods approvingly, her teal dress catching the light, my diary noting her control, my spark. Daniel responds, his words earnest, my diary noting his sincerity, my guilt. The minister smiles. Do you take this woman, my diary noting her moment, my cue? I ignore Elise's elegance of love on the stand, its timid chords meant to keep me invisible, and place my own score, a dark, soaring piece written in my teenage years, a confession of buried dreams and silenced hopes before me, my diary noting my truth, their blindness. My fingers hover, then strike, the first note low and resonant, cutting through the garden's hum, my diary noting my voice, their shock. The melody unfolds, minor chords weaving pain and defiance, rising into a crescendo that flirts with hope but refuses easy resolution, my diary noting my heart, their silence. Guests shift in their chairs, whispers rippling like a breeze, a few leaning forward, others glancing at Margaret, my diary noting their stir, my power. The music builds, each note a reclaiming of the years they stole, my diary noting my dream, their debt. Halfway through, the speakers crackle, and my father's voice, recorded 15 years ago, fills the garden, Sophia. Your Juilliard audition was breathtaking. I'm so proud, my diary noting his love, their lies. Gasps erupt, heads turning, my diary noting their truth, my moment. The recording continues. I wish I'd fought harder for your dream, my diary noting his regret, their shame. I play on, the notes intertwining with his words, a symphony of pain and redemption, my diary noting my song, their reckoning. The crowd is hushed, servers pausing at the tent's edge, the fountain's burble fading beneath the weight of truth, my diary noting, their pause, my strength. Ethan steps forward, his presence commanding, holding my Juilliard letter aloft. Sophia was accepted with a full scholarship, but her family redirected the funds to Elise's foundation, my diary noting his stand, their fall. Murmurs grow into a low roar, guests turning to Margaret, whose face pales, her hands gripping her seat, my diary noting her fear, my triumph. Elise, framed by the altar, clutches her bouquet, her smile frozen, and protests. That letter was never sent. She couldn't handle Juilliard, my diary noting her lie, my proof. Ethan counters, producing a document. The foundation's records show the funds were diverted, my diary noting his evidence, her shame. The crowd shifts, some standing, others whispering, my diary noting their doubt, my victory. Lila, my 12-year-old student, steps forward, her voice trembling but clear. Miss Sophia taught me to play loud, even when they want you quiet, my diary noting her courage, my legacy. Her words strike like a bell, guests nodding, a few clapping, my diary noting their support, my voice. Margaret rises, her face a mask of fury, and slips out through a side gate, her diary noting her exit, my freedom. Elise tries to speak. This is my day, not hers, but her voice falters. The mic gone, my diary noting her plea, my silence. I finish the piece, the final chord lingering, a confession of all I've carried, my diary noting my truth, their awakening. Silence falls, heavy and profound. Then applause erupts, not polite but roaring, echoing through the garden, my diary noting their roar, my undeniable. The minister hesitates, then proceeds, but the mood has shifted, guests' eyes lingering on me, my diary noting their gaze, my presence. Elise's vows conclude, but her radiance is dimmed, my diary noting her moment, my echo. I remain at the piano, my hands steady, my diary noting their stage, my power. A guest, a donor, murmurs about the foundation. This needs review, my diary noting her empire, trembling. Lila approaches, her eyes bright. You were amazing, my diary noting her pride, my hope. Ethan nods. You did it, my diary noting his faith, my strength. The garden's beauty roses, lights, fountain fades beneath the weight of truth, my diary noting their facade, my reality. Raleigh's May dusk shimmers, my resolve a quiet flame, their betrayal a wound transformed into strength, setting the stage for a new chapter where I am seen, heard, and undeniable, a moment that will resonate through the years they tried to silence. The Raleigh Community Arts Center's studio is bathed in the soft glow of a June morning, where I sit at the upright Yamaha, guiding my new student, Mia, 13, through her first tentative chords, her sneakers tapping the carpet, the air fragrant with polished wood and the faint buzz of creativity from nearby practice rooms. My diary rests on the music stand, its pages a powerful chronicle of the wedding's aftermath, Elise's public humiliation, Margaret's retreat, the roaring applause that marked my reclaimed voice, and the steps toward healing that followed. The center pulses with the energy of young musicians, their scales and laughter a stark contrast to the garden at the Rosemore Inn, where my song exposed family lies and shifted the narrative forever. I'm Sophia, 30, a music teacher whose melodies now soar freely, no longer confined to the role of my family's prop, my diary noting Elise's shadow, my light. The echoes of that day's applause linger, a testament to my courage, my diary noting their roar, my truth, as I forge a future where I'm seen, not sidelined, building a legacy that outshines their betrayal and inspires others to find their own voices, setting the stage for a life of authenticity and impact. Elise's wedding proceeded indoors after the ceremony, her silk gown pristine but her smile strained, the guests' whispers following her like a shadow, my diary noting her day, my echo. Margaret avoided me, her teal dress a fleeting glimpse as she slipped through the crowd, my diary noting her shame, my release. Ethan's revelation about the Juilliard scholarship sparked a firestorm. Donors questioned Elise's music foundation, demanding audits, my diary noting her empire crumbling. Lila's brave words at the wedding inspired a surge of support for the community center, with new funding allowing us to expand programs, my diary noting her spark, my hope. A month later, Elise reached out via text, "Can we talk, no drama?" Her message tentative, my diary noting her plea, my pause. I agreed to meet at a quiet Raleigh cafe, its wooden tables and coffee aroma a neutral ground, my diary noting her effort, my openness. At the cafe, Elise sat across from me, her usual polish softened, her voice low. "I didn't know about Juilliard, Sophia. Mom never told me," my diary noting her remorse, my surprise. Her eyes, usually sharp, were vulnerable, and she admitted, "I was jealous of your talent, but I didn't know she buried your dream," my diary noting her honesty, my healing. I listened, my coffee cooling, and shared my side the years of being sidelined, the weight of Margaret's lies, my diary noting my truth, her awakening. We didn't erase the past, but we found a fragile truce, agreeing to rebuild slowly, my diary noting her regret, our start. Margaret's call came weeks later, her voice hesitant. "I was wrong to hide your scholarship." I thought I was protecting Elise, my diary noting her confession, my peace. I forgave her, not for her sake, but to free myself, my diary noting her fault, my liberation. The community center flourishes, its studios filled with students like Mia, whose pointy elbows and loud sneakers belie a quiet determination, my diary noting her drive, my pride. I guide her through a Chopin prelude, her fingers hesitant but bold, and she mumbles, "They say I'm too shy to matter," my diary noting her doubt, my echo. I smile. Play something they can't ignore, my diary noting my lesson, her spark. Her eyes light up, and I see myself at her age, fingers aching from practice, heart full of dreams Margaret tried to bury, my diary noting her future, my past. The center hosts a recital, my name listed as Sophia Bennett, composer, my diary noting my title, their eyes. Lila performs, her scales now confident, dedicating her piece to me, my diary noting her gift, my legacy. Ethan visits, his presence a steady anchor. "You're unstoppable." Sophia, his voice warm, my diary noting his faith, my home. We plan a new program for underrepresented musicians, my diary noting their dreams, my mission. A local paper features the center. Sophia Bennett redefines music education, my diary noting my work, their notice. I pin the wedding invitation now, scribbled with "Thank you for saving the room" to my office corkboard, beside my old recital program, Sophia Bennett, soloist, my diary noting my name, my truth. The beige dress, folded in a closet, is a relic of their attempt to dim me, my diary noting their cage, my freedom. Mia's chords falter, and I guide her. Feel the music, not the fear, my diary noting her growth, my purpose. She nods, her sneakers still, her fingers finding the melody, my diary noting her voice, my echo. The center's walls, adorned with student art, pulse with possibility, my diary noting their hope, my haven. Elise attends a recital, clapping for Lila, our eyes meeting in quiet understanding, my diary noting her step, our bridge. Margaret visits, bringing sheet music as a peace offering, my diary noting her gesture, my healing. The garden's chaos, my song, the applause, their shame is a memory, my diary noting their lesson, my triumph. I'm no longer the piano girl, tentative, but a composer, teacher, and sister who demanded to be heard, my diary noting their silence, my song. Raleigh's June dawn breaks, the city's historic charm a canvas for my new chapter, its oak-lined streets a testament to roots that held firm through storms. My diary, now a chronicle of victories, holds a final note. There lies my light. The center, with its buzzing studios and empowered students, is my monument, my diary noting their dreams, my home. Lila's confidence, Mia's courage, Ethan's support, they are my family, my diary noting their love, my strength. I stand at the studio window, the skyline shimmering, and know I've won not by destroying Elise or Margaret, but by building a legacy they can't ignore, my diary noting their loss, my rise. The pain of their betrayal, once a weight, is now a spark, my diary noting their fault, my fire. I vow to keep teaching, to lift others as I lifted myself, my diary noting their silence, my symphony. Raleigh's June morning glows, my resolve a quiet flame, their betrayal a wound transformed into strength, a life of music and truth, a triumph as Sophia Bennett, a beacon for others to find their voices and shine.